I'm not in my office. I'm at my home today with the live stream. And, I wanted to start off today's live stream with some really good information. I think many people are finding that their bank accounts are a little bit uh, enhanced. Some of the stimulus checks have hit the communities, and some of the unemployment checks are coming out. I think people are hopefully feeling a little bit of breathing room out there. Um, I wanted to mention a statistic that really kind of surprised me, and that's when the pandemic first came out and the unemployment first really hit all of our communities. The state of Colorado processed probably over 225,000 unemployment requests in a 3-week period of time. That is absolutely unprecedented. I know it's a frustration for people, but that's why it took a long time. That's why the system continued to crash. But there was an unprecedented amount, and I want to give a shout out to the state of Colorado. They have literally been working almost around the clock to try and implement new changes, enhancements to get information and processing to you faster. As a reminder, if you have not filed for unemployment, the state office is asking that you file by the initial of your last name. So A through M and N through Z. And they have certain days that you need to file. If you do not file on those days, then your application will not be processed. So please make sure that you follow those directions when you are filing for unemployment. But we're hoping that, again, not a lot, but a little bit of breathing room for people with unemployment checks starting to get processed, as well as stimulus checks. Now, some of the additional funding, the federal funding, the $600, has not been processed on many of the unemployment. Don't get nervous. That will come about. That in addition is retroactive. So just keep track of your unemployment and your payments. So it's important for you to do that as well. The other thing I want to start off the show with is to remind our business community that we have an economic business impact survey that has gone out. First and foremost, thank you to the businesses that have responded. We've had an incredible amount of response to that survey, the best that we've ever had of any survey. And I think that's because the businesses really want to tell us what this pandemic has done to your business and the impact that it has had. Just even in the number of responses that I've received so far, I've been able to give statistics to people that have asked for information. And so it's critical that our business community weigh in on how this pandemic has affected you. It's important for us to know what kind of programs you're asking for assistance on. It's important for us to know, have you closed your doors? Have you just reduced your staffing? Have you had no impact at all? There are some businesses that have actually increased business. So it's important for us to know how that has impacted you. So please, as it says on the screen, the survey is open until April 30th. We ask that you fill it out. All the chambers are doing it all throughout our area in Southwest Colorado. Last week, I was on a town hall meeting with our state representative, Barbara McLaughlin. And so it's important. Our state and federal officials and government officials are looking for that information. So please voice your input and let us know now how it is impacting you and what we can do for the future. So I appreciate that. The other thing that I want to talk about is the other really beautiful thing about this community is we've had a number of people calling us asking, I want to make some donations. The cut hasn't hurt me, and I want to take my stimulus check and donate it. Thank you to all those people that do that. I want to let people know that there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. There's a number of people looking to donate their money for COVID testing. We have one local site that has come up. You can either Facebook it or do it through PayPal, and it's called Pay It Forward, and it's COVID-19 testing, and it's done through a PayPal account, but you don't have to have a PayPal account. But that's one way people are, Cedar Diagnostics, along with our Pagosa Medical Group, have joined together and are doing testing. They've reduced the cost of the testing to $50. If you cannot afford that, or you don't want to bill your insurance company, there is a pool out there. And so if you are interested, you can actually designate that money to Archuleta County residences. There's also food banks that you can donate to. The Pagosa Outreach Connection is another very, very important organization in our community. There are two different programs that are managed through them. It's the traditional program, which is a one-time ask from people that are in financial straits. And we also just had the workforce initiative that the town started, and that was giving $200 gift cards to people that have been unemployed and seriously affected by all the closures. So we're happy to say there are still some cards going out for next, I believe, tomorrow. So if you have not applied, please do. You can do that through the Community United Methodist Church. There are applications, and you can drop your application off there. And, encourage your employees, if they have not applied and they are laid off, to please fill out that application and get some assistance. So there's another avenue for people that are interested to donate. The other thing I want to mention is, if you would like to talk about where you might be able to designate your money, please contact me through director@pagosachamber.com. I'm happy to speak with you about that. I do it almost every day for people. There's so much generosity in this community, and we really want to thank you for doing that. And the people that are laid off and can't work right now, or haven't gotten a stimulus check, or haven't gotten their unemployment check, are really looking for assistance. So please contact me if you're interested in donating money, what your passion might be, and I can connect you with the right organization. The other thing that is on our live stream today is the good news is that the Paycheck Protection Program is available for self-employed or gig workers. It may be a little confusing. Unemployment checks or applications is also available for gig and self-employed workers. Now, you can't do both. You may apply for both, but you cannot choose both. So make sure that you know what you're asking for and what the ramifications are. Know that unemployment is taxable. With either program, you're going to have some documentation. So you're going to have to look at your 2018 taxes or 2019 if you filed. You'll also need, if you don't have that, you'll need W-2s, you'll need 1099s, you'll need some invoicing, you'll need some documentation. It's not like you can say, hey, I want $20,000 and that's going to happen. You're going to need some documentation for either the Paycheck Protection Program or the unemployment program. So make sure that you have that documentation ready. On the state's website, there is a calculator for unemployment to help you to see is that the program that I really want to apply to. So never before have gig workers and self-employed workers been eligible for unemployment. This is totally new. So it's a whole new program that's been created. So that's a benefit for those contract workers or self-employed. If you're not claiming it, then you can't claim it on your unemployment. So we always caution people, whether you get your tips or you get paid in cash, you need to have records. And so what you filed will be what you can claim against. So that's a very important little detail to remember. So just make sure that you have the correct documentation. You will also then need to attest when your business started declining. That for many will be from the governor's ordinances and state of emergencies on when he closed certain businesses. So you can retroactive your claim to that time. So if you started losing business when you were considered a non-essential business, go back to that time, it becomes retroactive. So just remember that the unemployment, you are also eligible for the $600 federal program per week, and it lasts for 13 weeks. So again, if you need assistance with trying to figure out which is the best program for me, then contact us. My recommendation is the SBDC is fabulous, the Small Business Development Center. They've got consultants, they've got extra consultants on to help the businesses. If you look at this and say, I can't figure this out, go to someone that can. You're in the trees, you can't see the forest. So make sure you go to someone that can help you maneuver your way through that forest. And that's the Small Business Development Center. So please reach out to them. We're happy to send you the information. Schedule an appointment with them. If you don't hear back, contact us. We'll make sure that you get an appointment with them. So with that then, we also want to let people know there's some other programs out here and available. So our guest today is Molly with ForCore. And you may think, okay, why do I even need an energy audit at this time? I'm just worried about paying my bills. But there's some great programs out there. And right now, one of those may be an energy audit for you. So welcome, Molly. We appreciate you coming on our show this week. And why don't you give us a synopsis of why is this even important for our community right now?
Sure. Thank you, Mary Jo. Thanks for having me on the show today. Appreciate it. My name is Molly Morris, and I work for Four Corners Office for Resource Efficiency. That's located in Durango, but we serve both La Plata and Archuleta counties. So I'm the program manager for both our CARE program and our Energy Smart Home Energy Audit program. I'd like to primarily talk to you guys about the CARE program, though, because this is the one that is our income qualified program and free to approved participants. So it's not going to be any cost if approved. The participant is going to receive a free home energy audit and then free upgrades, free home improvements according to what the auditor suggests. So this could be anywhere from attic insulation to crawl space insulation, air sealing measures, which are really important because we lose a lot of air, warm air through our house if it's not sealed up properly. So this one is called our CARE program. That acronym stands for Colorado's Affordable Residential Energy Program. And this is a state-run program, so it is offered in most counties in Colorado. Like I said, we administer this program in La Plata and Archuleta counties. And right now, we're really interested in rounding up some new participants in the Pagosa Springs area. I do know that Black Hills Energy is one of the providers that participates in our program. They offer some really good rebates for the participants of this program. Also, LPEA is a great sponsor as well. They participate, and Atmos Energy. I think there's not as much Atmos Energy in your territory, but we do still have a lot of funding for the Black Hills Energy customers. So that's where your area residents might really want to consider that if they are a Black Hills Energy customer. If they happen to be a propane customer, we have less funds available for that this year, so we put them on a wait list for next year. But the folks with Black Hills Energy, plenty of funds left. So we're hoping that we can round up some more participants for the program so that we'll be ready to go once we start field work again, because we are delayed because of the COVID response. So we want to make sure to keep all of our participants safe and healthy, and we're delaying work until we hear from the Colorado Energy Office that we can resume, which is predicted right now about early May, but we'll see how that goes. I know these dates are all kind of moving around. So to talk a little bit about the CARE program, like I mentioned, you'll receive, if qualified, you'll receive a free home energy audit, and that's by a certified auditor. So they're going to come in and measure many different things surrounding the energy efficiency of your house, and then determine which measures are going to be best implemented to help make your home more comfortable in the wintertime, reduce your heating costs. And all of this is free. So it's a really terrific program to take advantage of for folks that qualify. We do have a flyer that I think your office is going to be posting a link to, or maybe posting in the comments of the Facebook Live session. And the backside of this flyer has income qualifications that can give you an idea whether or not you might qualify. Now, this is, we do have new numbers for 2020, and we haven't gotten our new flyer yet from our the organization that runs the program. But I can give you an idea in Archuleta County for a household of, let's say, 4 people, and this does include children and any adults living in the house. You need to be at $56,800 annually or below. So that kind of gives you an idea if you might qualify. A household of 1 person would be $39,800 annually. And this, we take into account each earner in the family, whoever's earning money to contribute to the household. We look at those finances. So if any of your area residents think they might be interested in this program, they can feel free to contact me. My email is molly@fourcore, that's FOURCORE.org. And I can explain a little bit more about what the program entails and how to apply, and send them applications to get started on that. So this is just a terrific program that really helps folks make some upgrades to their home, which are going to help with efficiency and reducing costs to their bill.
Sure.
We also do find some health and safety hazards sometimes when we're in these homes. So it's a really great way to make sure too that you don't have a carbon monoxide problem, or a furnace that might be about to go out, or a water heater that's about to go out. Sometimes those can be costly,
Sure.
especially water heaters. If they go out, that could cost some money to make repairs on. So we have been able to make some health and safety, or address some health and safety issues as well. The other program that your area residents might want to know about is the Energy Smart program. And this one is not income qualified, but there is a cost. So it's a reduced cost. It is subsidized by LPEA and also Black Hills Energy. So the audit can range anywhere from $90 to $250, but that can give folks an idea of where they might want to start with home improvement projects. And this is a really good thing to start with before you're considering something like solar upgrades, which are pretty costly. They're a great, fantastic improvement. But if you're losing a bunch of heat through air sealing measures or insulation measures, that might be a little cheaper, kind of a cheaper home improvement to make. That's a great first step. Now, I did want to mention too that we just were awarded a grant from the Next 50 initiative, which we are really excited about, and we're hoping to be able to reach more older Coloradans that way. So if you, excuse me, I'm kind of out of breath from talking so much. I don't know, I guess I'm in isolation. I'm not talking as much as normal. So if you are an older American in Archuleta, La Plata County, we'd love to hear from you. Yeah. So we do have some programs available currently, the CARE program and Energy Smart, to where we'd really like to reach out to those older Americans. So that program's kind of evolving what we're going to do with that grant, but we are really hoping to reach more folks over 50, I think, is that kind of the age that we're looking at. So,
Okay.
do you have any questions for me, Mary Jo?
Well, I have one. Another energy loss area is windows. Is there anything related to that? I know, I've had an energy audit from Fourcore, and so it was great. But I wonder about windows, because that's another huge and very costly.
Yeah.
Anything that can be done through that?
Well, the CARE program does cover storm windows,
Okay.
not replacement windows. Unfortunately, I think that is a really great upgrade that a lot of people would like to have implemented. So far, the program doesn't address the replacement windows, just storm windows. But air sealing is one of the things regarding windows that can be done. If there's seams around the window frame that are sucking warm air out of the house, that's a great place to start. And the audit does include an infrared photography of the house, so you can really see when you're losing that cold air.
Sure.
Kind of interesting, the attic insulation is the best place to start because obviously our heat rises, so you lose a lot through the attic. So that's a really fantastic first step, even though we feel when you're sitting next to the window, you can feel somewhat of a draft. So it comes into our attention a little bit more.
Sure.
And there aren't rebates that I know of for windows, but that is one that a lot of people are interested in. Unfortunately, it's not an area that we're able to offer assistance with other than storm windows, but those can make an impact. They're just not as pretty.
Gives you something to work towards the next one.
Yeah. And I've mentioned that to the Denver office to see if we can start including something like that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It's really important. Again, I know people probably don't think about it as much because we're out of the winter months, but now's a great time to do that, especially if you're looking to do something in your house and you've wanted to, but you're like, I can't because financially I can't make it right now. But hopefully, people will be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And so thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome. If anybody thinks that they might qualify, please have them reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions and talk them through the process.
Perfect. All right. Thank you,
Thank
Molly.
you,
We
Mary
appreciate
Jo.
it. Thanks. All right, folks. Thank you again for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. I want to give one more reminder. Next Wednesday at 5 o'clock, we will be having our virtual happy hour. It's called Whoop It Up Wednesday. And it's going to be our first. It's going to be in replacement of our typical business after hours. It's going to be from 5 until 6 or whenever we finish. We encourage you to stop by one of your favorite restaurants and get maybe a little combo, an appetizer and your favorite beverage, adult or not. And then go home or go back to maybe not back to your office, but go home and join us for our Whoop It Up Wednesday. We will have Jason Cox and Eric Hittle, who are the broadband services managers, talking about broadband. And so we'll have a short time that you can see a presentation. Now more than ever, everybody's using the internet, and broadband is huge with distance learning, telemedicine, everything that is out there. So broadband is hugely impactful for us. So Jason and Eric will be giving us an update. We'll be doing some drawings as well. So you can come on virtually and still win some prizes. So next Wednesday, Whoop It Up Wednesday, April 22nd, 5 p.m. Just join us and we'll put you into our virtual waiting room and we'll share some ideas and some thoughts and any concerns and find out how this has impacted us from a broadband aspect and where we are on the DORA grant. So I'm looking forward to next Wednesday. Please join us. And thank you again for joining us this Wednesday. And we'll see everybody next week.